Learning is social. The wisdom of groups helps us to see a bigger picture, ponder questions we have not thought of, and explore possibilities. What wisdom have we acquired, and what new knowledge have we gathered from data walls? Putting data out there for conversations requires a culture of respect. Participants' input must be valued, and a high tolerance for truth is foundational if a significant change to school culture is to occur. Those leading and involved in the change process must work out their own meaning. What questions come to mind when you look at the data wall? What possibilities do data walls open up? Who benefits from looking at this data? What actions need to be taken? How and when should data walls be used?
One of the keys to success, I think, in moving the school forward over the last number of years has been tracking student success, tracking the data about how our students are achieving both their successes and their challenges. And behind me you can see we have our junior intermediate tracking wall, and downstairs in another room we have our primary tracking wall, and it is so incredibly important. And the staff have changed their learning and thought process around it to say, okay, we need to know with measures how our students are doing. We measure our students' success in a number of ways. Behind me we track how they've done in diagnostic assessments in reading. We track them in success, how they've done on the report card mark, as well as provincial assessment like EQAO. All that information is up there on the board for us to see. One of the questions we asked ourselves was also that question of sustainability, and we said we need to see this data longitudinally. We need to see over years how the students done, and not lose that data from year to year. And we also thought as a staff it was very important for it to be big and visual. We wanted something that was going to leap out at people when they came in. What we do is, in the room that we're in now, is we host our monthly divisional meetings. So our junior and our intermediate divisional meetings are up here, and they have a chance to look at the data wall as part of the divisional meeting and say, how are we doing on those students that we targeted? How are we doing on all our students? And it's up there. We have a color code system that talks about how they're doing. We have a sticker system that talks about what interventions we put into place. Are they on a growth plan? Is there special ed involvement? Is there ESL factors that are hampering? But one of the other ones, and I think around celebrating successes, is that we have smiley faces. And smiley faces are for students that have moved from being at one point in their career they were at risk in a given grade level to now they're at grade level. So we can see that, we need to step back now and then and have those celebrations and say, we've set a goal, we achieved it, and through hard work on the family's part, hard work on the students' part, and certainly the role the instructional staff play, that we had a success, and we need to celebrate that. So it's all a very visual way to see very quickly. And as the administrator, I attend those divisional meetings, and it's part of making sure we have that discussion each and every month, providing that time in the agenda to say, okay, in the fall we targeted these students. We assessed them again in February with some school-wide data. We had some successes, but we're still in the course of the year on a journey moving forward. As a result of our data tracking for student success, we learned a number of things, and certainly one of the important learnings was when we came together as grade teams in the fall. Grade teams sat down together and said, what are the interventions based on what we're seeing up here that our students need to have happen? And therefore, what is the professional development? What are the resources that are needed to support this? So that was done at a grade team level, and each grade team focused on specific things, and then we committed as administration about how we would support them in each one of those cases.